Hello, I am going to do something I haven't done in quite some time, and that is a reading vlog. I got this idea for this particular reading vlog from Sydney. I stumbled across her video just on my explore page, and she was doing a screen time to reading vlog, and I'm doing a similar thing. It's not exactly screen time, all my screen time. It is my social media time, and I am a little bit better about social media than some people. Kit, do you have something to say? And I am pretty good about my social media time because I have a lot of app blockers and stuff, but I still, think it's kind of fun to convert the screen time to reading time. So yeah, we're gonna do that for this week based on last week's stats for screen time, for social media time. Do you have something to say? Here, yelling. So it is Monday, and last Monday was Memorial Day, so I had slightly more screen time than maybe I would during the week, because usually I have my social media blocked on my phone anything past half an hour, so it's not as bad as it could be, and that's why these numbers won't be as bad as maybe sometimes you see people do. So last week it was 2 hours. So I have to do 2 hours of reading today. That includes audiobook reading, so we'll see how I configure this. Right now I'm starting with Sorcery and Small Magics, page 125, and we'll see what I get up to. I want to do a little experiment with you guys, see how my mic is on my phone without using that mic, because it's kind of a pain. But yeah, I'm starting at page 125 of Sorcery and Small Magics, so we'll see how much I read today. And I will also carry time over if I need to, but I mean, hopefully I will get above what my social media time is from last week with reading this week. That's kind of the goal for me here. All right, I read for 32 minutes, got to page 164, I think. Yeah, 164. This is a queer adult fantasy that is following a character who's kind of like a bard, who is that kind of character. He can write magic. He can't necessarily cast very well. In this world, there's people who write magic and people who can cast magic, and they can't do the other. And he's at this magical university because his family basically forced him to in order to get his inheritance. And he has had an ongoing rivalry with one of the other sorcerers there. And something happens that kind of ties them together magically, inadvertently, and they're kind of having to figure out how to undo that. This so far is lovely. This is delightful. This is fun and well written, and there's tension because this is ultimately going to be a romance. But because they are rivals, they are so deeply rivals and have been for 5 years. And that the biting banter, he is again that kind of bard type, likes attention type character, and the other guy is much more stern and serious and all of that, and they just get on each other's last nerve. But I can very clearly see how this can turn into being more of a romance. They're just very drawn together and stuff. So very cute so far. And there's also a magical woods situation happening as well, so I'm intrigued to see more about that, which is kind of coming up next. So I'll be reading more tonight after work. Okay, so there's a bunch of ambient noise because I have a fan going to dry my hair because it's nighttime, the dishes are going, and I have my little productivity app thing that has lo-fi on in the background, but just wanted to update how much reading I've done of both this and The Only Under Sword, which is my audiobook. I've read 112 minutes of this. There might have been even one other stint. No, I think that's it. And then I've read 37 minutes of the audiobook. Actually, it's more than 37 minutes, but I actually set a timer, a stopwatch for what I was listening to because I listen on 2-speed, and I didn't want to, it to be off at all and have to do math. So I just set a stopwatch. So yeah, 37 minutes. I took a little walk with Tally, smelled some flowers. I could have gotten some footage, but I'm trying to be very present when I'm on walks, especially at night. The weather's finally gotten nice in Chicago. It was a beautiful 76 degrees and flowers blooming, and it's just wonderful. So yeah, and I'm still really liking this. This is definitely going to be a 4-star, if not more. I would be shocked if something happened that would change that. The magic system's very fun. The world is very fun. The other characters that they've run into and the different types of magics and how magic works in this world and what you can do with it is really cool and fun. So this is actually, I think, going to be a trilogy. And I'm always a little skeptical of that when it seems like the romance is such a major point, but this is definitely a fantasy with a strong romantic subplot, I think, so far. I wouldn't call this a romantasy. So yeah, that's exciting that there's some meat to kind of dive into a little bit with this. So I'm going to read a little bit more and see what my total amount ends up being for the night. So I'm going to keep going. I have a little, again, stopwatch kind of timer going for my reading, so I will tell you my total read, although I'll probably also read before bed. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll see what I end up doing totally today. But as I've mentioned before, I will also carry over amounts. So I want to get the total amount read. I needed to surpass what my total social media screen time was last week. And so I'm trying to do at least the minimum each day of like social media, trying to surpass whatever the amount was each day. But if I don't, like for some reason I'm really busy one day and that just doesn't happen, I am going to be carrying over from other days if I need to, if I read over the amount. Because right now, like I think I just passed the amount that I needed for today because today was 2 hours. And I'm over 2 hours at this point, just like a little bit over 2 hours. So like 2.5, I think. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that as well. Hello, it is Tuesday. Last night before bed, I read another 15 minutes. So I have a total of 2 hours and 36 minutes, I want to say was the math on that for all my reading yesterday. So I did a little bit over what I needed to do, which is great. Put that in the bank, in the reading bank. Today, Tuesday, I only have to read for 21 minutes, which will be easily obtainable. So I will probably still try to bank some more time for later in the week. Again, even though I'm going to try to still hit my numbers each day, in case I don't, in case things are a little bit busy, then that will help me out. So yeah, try to read 21 minutes today, probably read more. It is super nice out today, and so I am going to try to have a picnic in the park with my partner tonight, and possibly do some reading there. That would be really cute. So it looks like it might rain in the future though, so we'll see if the weather holds, but I would love to do that. This is what I have to deal with every time I come home. Just demands, don't yell at her. She loves you. These two have such a toxic relationship because they love each other and hate each other. They don't hate each other, but like Kit has started like licking and loving on Tally a lot, but then she'll get annoyed with Tally and start bopping her. And so now Tally's distrustful. I mean, Tally's always distrustful. Look at her. But Kit also brings that on herself. And they both just want love from me. It's a whole thing. But look at how cute they are. They're so precious. You're so precious. You're a precious dog. And you're such a precious cat. You're such a precious cat. Ma'am. It's not that serious. Okay, I just read 40 more minutes, and I finished Sorcery and Small Magics. The problem is, this is the first book in a trilogy. It is legitimately slow burn. Legitimately. It's so good. This book is so good. And the second book is not announced yet. She's working on them. Like, it's definitely going to come out. But this came out last year, and so I assumed that the next book would be sometime this year, and so therefore already be announced. It's not. It's so good. It's so good. Like, everything about this is good. The romance is, like, cute, but also slow burn and piney. And it's all wrapped up in, like, a curse love spell thing. So, like, their feelings for each other are very confused. There's just, like, stuff that happens. It's so good. And then there's this woods, and there's this woods that almost has, like, D&D type monsters, but they're not really that. And the woods is great, and the, like, magic system is cool. And yeah, I will be doing a full review on this, obviously. But now I'm like, I thought I'd have to wait like a few months and then the next book would be out. And it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, like everything's fine. As far as like the plot things get resolved in this, the romance stuff does not, because it's an actual slow burn. Careful what you wish for. This is what I wanted. I did not know I was going to love this as much as I did. Oh my god. Anyway, so I just read for 40 more minutes. I'm probably going to start another book sometime before I go to bed, but probably not read for very long. So yeah, that'll end up being like probably about an hour of reading today, because I think I already read like 20 something minutes. So yeah, I passed my like 20 minutes that I needed to read and then added some more on top of that. So again, adding to the log in case I can't read much future in the week. But like, also this like edition is so beautiful. It was the Fairy Loot edition. which I don't have Fairy Loot anymore because I generally think it's a waste of money. But this is beautiful. This is one of the only times that I actually like value having a special edition. So yeah, success. Hello, it is Wednesday. Tuesday yesterday, I ended up reading a total of 128 minutes because I started The Doll Keepers before bed and read for like 22 minutes before bed. And then today, Wednesday, I have to read an hour and 12 minutes, but I've already read 23 minutes on audiobook this morning. I don't use social media in the morning for the first hour after I wake up. And so obviously I'm still like kind of bored when I'm doing things. So I listened to the audiobook of the second book in the Burning Kingdoms. What is it? Not Oleander Sword. So listen to that. And then right now it's my little break from work, my little lunch break. So I'm going to read more of the Doll Makers. This I haven't heard a ton about, but the first chapter I read so far, and our main character might be insufferable, but like intentionally. Like she's intentionally supposed to be insufferable. So we'll see. But this is a very unique world in which they create dolls, which are basically just like automatons, to fight some kind of like magical creature, sort of like a demon, something. And our main character is a doll maker, but she sort of has a tragic past, as you do. She was like an orphan. A bunch of like her family was killed from one of these like creatures attacking. And she's been a doll maker, but doll makers can be either like artisans, like making like beautiful dolls, or guards. And she gets put in the artisan category because her creations are so beautiful. And she's like pissed about it because she's like, no, I make guard dolls, even though like my dolls are beautiful. Anyway, it's a whole thing. And she's like really overconfident and whatever. So I'm intrigued about this. We will see how this goes. All right, I just read for 40 more minutes. That was of the Oleander Sword. I did the audiobook. Actually, I still have my headphone in, so you might be hearing it. I actually just downloaded Palia because I want to start playing it. But yeah, there's Tally. But I should probably show you what I was coloring as well. So yeah, let's see that. I just colored this little cutie. Isn't it adorable? It's in this coloring book, this Whimsy Cute. It is basically the page that I got this book for, so it was the first thing that I colored in this book. I still have to do some like textures and highlights and stuff, but it's super cute. So yeah, I am hanging out with friends in a little bit, in about like an hour, a little bit less than an hour. Gonna go get some food and stuff, so I can only play Palia for a little bit, and it's probably not great that I'm starting a new game like this, but I want something fun and cozy, so I'm going to. Hello, so it is Thursday. On Wednesday, I end up reading for an hour and 32 minutes total, so I'm still over my amount. Today, I have to read an hour and 4 minutes, but I downloaded Palia last night, like I mentioned, and then I played until like 3 a.m. So I am literally getting my AirPods right now so that I can listen to an audiobook while I'm doing this. Otherwise, I won't get any reading done, probably. Hello, it is now Friday. I don't know how interesting this video is going to be because I'm getting not a ton of B-roll. But yesterday, I read for like 2 hours, and what did I just do the math on? 2 hours and like 32 minutes. Mostly on audio, like 20 minutes of that was me reading my physical book, but most of it on audio, playing Palia. I'm obsessed with it. So today is Friday. I'm supposed to read, I think, for 2 hours and 24 minutes. I've done no reading so far, and it's like middle of the afternoon, but I woke up kind of late because I was playing Palia, and then took the animals to the vet, and so didn't do any reading there. I'm about to walk to the train to go to my partner's house, though, so I'm going to do some audiobook listening there, and I'm probably going to do some more audiobook reading / normal reading tonight, depending on how late I get home, while playing Palia. But also I'm like so far ahead because yesterday I was only supposed to read like an hour or something and I read like 2 hours. So like I could probably not read it all today and it would be fine because I've made up the time other places, but I'm still trying to get close to that goal every day for this vlog anyway. So we shall see. So far I've read 2 hours and 27 minutes today. It's very late at night. It's like 5 a.m. But I'm hyperfixating on Palia. So yeah, I've mostly been listening to audiobook. And yeah, so I got my whole time. But now I should go to bed. Palia is like a really fun game. It's just, it's an infinite loop. You never have to log off. Your character never goes to bed. So it's really easy. It's like easier than Stardew Valley to keep going. In Stardew Valley, you still have to like go to bed, and so there's technically a cutoff of like just one more day. This is infinite days. Yeah, it's so fun. But yeah, I got my reading done, but I'm gonna go to bed now. So, and I think for Saturday I only have like 30 minutes or something. I might also read a little bit before bed too. So we'll see what my total time ends up being for Friday, even though right now it's not Friday anymore. Hi, it's Saturday. I totally forgot to update today. I really wasn't doing anything anyway though. And I'm really bad about shooting B-roll now. I'm just not someone that like records my life a ton these days. And so it's just like not something that I think of, but nothing was really super B-roll worthy anyway. I just had the Psychic Witch book club with my friends that I do in person. If you're interested in doing that through Discord with us, we kind of like chit chat a little bit about like what we're reading and stuff. And there's a schedule on the bindery page as well. But did the chapter for that with people, and then went hung out with my partner and just like got food and hung out and stuff. And then came home and played Palia for a little bit. But yeah, I was only supposed to read 38 minutes today. So far, haven't read any, but I'm going to listen to an audiobook while I get ready for bed and then read a little before bed. So I might get to the 38, give or take a few minutes. We'll see tomorrow. But again, I'm so over that it's not the biggest deal. But yeah, I just didn't really have time today. I mean, I could have technically, when I was like driving to my partner's house, like listened to an audiobook, but I didn't want to. I wanted to listen to a podcast. And so I did. So yeah, we'll see. So it's Sunday morning. I did end up reading 46 minutes last night. So I did half an hour of audiobook reading while I was getting ready for bed, and then another 15 minutes in bed. Actually, I did like a little over half an hour. I did like 31 minutes, whatever. Turned into 46 minutes. So that's really exciting. And so I'm continuing to be over. Today, Sunday, is the most reading that I have to do of like the whole week. It's supposed to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm pretty confident that I'll get that done. So we're supposed to do book club today, but that got canceled. So I'm going to film a little bit. Hopefully get like 2 videos filmed. That I'm going to a like market thing. And then maybe do a little like errands thing, grab some like late lunch, come back, probably play Palia, and listen to an audiobook. But I do actually want to get like a decent chunk of the physical book read too. If I could get like an hour, I'm not holding myself to that, but if I could get like an hour of the physical book read, I might try to do that, like switch off back and forth. And then I will tell you what my grand total was of time, which is going to be way over what my screen time was last week. And then I will also tell you how much my screen time was this week, to see how much it went down. I checked yesterday and it was like, you're down by like 18%, which is awesome. So yeah, I will keep you posted. Hi, I just got back. I know I took a video of just like my lunch, but went and got some spell stuff. So picked up some chime candles, and then this book, Honoring Your Ancestors, which I have heard about and heard is really good. So before I let myself play Palia, I am going to continue to read in the Doll Makers. I think right now I'm at page 82. I need to at least get above 100. And then I'm going to do like a play for an hour, read for 20 minutes, kind of cadence, I think, until I decide to go to bed. I might also listen to an audiobook while I'm playing too. So I think that'll get me to my 2-hour mark, but I will let you know how it goes. Okay, so I just finished listening to the Oleander Sword, and now I'm up to 2 hours and 27 minutes of reading, and I need to do 2 hours and 40 today, so that's definitely going to happen. But I'll probably I might start another audiobook before I go to bed, like when I take the dog for a walk, things like that. Or I might read a little bit more of my physical. I mean, I'm definitely going to read more of my physical book before bed. Like, I could just do that, and I would hit my 2 hours and 40 minutes for the day. But I think I'll probably end up doing a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to exceed my social media screen time from last week with reading this week. So that's very exciting. I will tell you my final totals, like what I was supposed to do and what I actually ended up doing tomorrow, and also what my like screen time was for this previous week, just out of like curiosity of how much it like dipped tomorrow. And yeah, I think if I were to do this again, I would maybe make it even harder by being like, you have to read like at least like I don't think I'd want to do like you can't read any audiobooks for the time. That would be like extra hard, just because like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done, and then I would make myself miserable basically. But I think I would do like half of the time maybe needs to be a physical book versus an audiobook potentially. It wouldn't be a good time to do it now because of playing a new video game. But if I wasn't on a new video game, it would be a little bit easier to do, because that way I can get through even more of the books on my physical TBR. I don't know. I do in the future want to do a like number of phone pickups to pages read for a reading vlog. So yeah, I'm still not sure if I'm going to release this publicly or on Bindery. I will know as I'm editing this, because I don't know how good this is and like interesting this is going to be, because I have like zero B-roll. I've forgotten how to vlog. I just don't anymore. Like when my life was less interesting, I vlogged more. And now that I actually like do cool shit, I do not think to take out my phone. And I think that's a good thing. It's just not good for content. I think it's good for my soul. I think it's good for my spirit. I have a lot of things that I do that are not content these days. But it isn't good for content. So yeah, let me know if you like this, whether I posted it on Bindery or whether I posted it publicly. But yeah, I will update you tomorrow on my final numbers. So I'm editing this vlog over a month later. Oops, just didn't know what to do with it necessarily. And Kit still here being very needy, and realized I never came back and did my final totals. So my goal for the amount of screen time that I had had that previous week was 10 hours and 2 minutes. And I ended up reading 14 hours and 23 minutes the next week. I actually didn't go back now and look at what my screen time went down by. Probably a lot. Let me do that right now. It actually won't let me go back more than like 3 weeks, which is a bummer. I wish they could do longer comparisons than that. So yeah, I can't say how long like it was, but also, I mean, I was reading so much that I doubt that there was like significant screen time that week. I think it went down by a significant portion. So yeah, so that was a good little challenge to do. I would do something like that again. I'm actually starting another reading vlog that you will see sooner than this one. But this one took me way too long to edit and stuff, just to get back in the groove. But I'm doing another reading vlog right now that will be out soon about reading some of the shorter books on my physical TBR to catch up. But if you want me to do more challenges like this, if you liked this, let me know. I think having some reading challenges like this can be really helpful. So if you want to see another one like this, when I have like a really big screen time week, or again, amount of phone pickups to pages, that one I think would be fucking brutal. Yeah, or any other ones that you've seen other people do as far as like swapping social media time, whatever challenges, like let me know. I can get back in that reading vlog groove. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all you guys soon. Bye.